So why was Timothy McVeigh arrested? Like, if he's FBI, wouldn't he be protected? Maybe I'm missing part of the story. So, no, dude, this is exactly what they do, right? So, if you want to do a big domestic terrorism to America, right? You either need someone on the inside or you need to convince someone else to do it, right? So, I think sometimes when they do these school shootings and stuff, I think almost every single domestic terror event in America in the last 50 years has been done by the FBI. And that's either that they have someone who's literally leading it and it's all fake or whatever, or they have like an FBI agent who goes and blows up a building or goes and shoots up a school or goes and does whatever, or they get on the internet and they find some poor autistic kid that they can convince into like doing a shooting or whatever. But then you've got this problem of having a lone wolf who went and shot a bunch of people. Maybe he doesn't die, right? Maybe he's in jail and he starts talking, right? I don't know if you remember, but Timothy McVeigh was a motherfucking talker, bro. He had journals. He was talking to news channels. He was talking to fucking 60 Minutes or whatever. Like, you don't get to talk. You don't get to do that shit unless you're FBI, right? But so anyway, I think what happened is Timothy McVeigh was always an Army FBI person. He was in the Army for sure, right? So he's indoctrinated. I bet he was indoctrinated as a little kid. I think all these people are literally brought up in this life as children, and it's normal to them, and they just know that they need to do whatever, their handlers are saying, who are probably like their parents essentially. So with Timothy, they've got this indoctrinated kid who they know will never fucking say anything about the FBI because he is FBI, right? And then a couple years after the killing, in literally 2001, 3 months to the day before 9/11, he's executed. And all it was literally the grandmother that's always like, I saw Timothy McVeigh die. I saw him die. It was a CCTV footage of a person laying in a gurney with a fake needle in his arm and then him going like this. That's her evidence that he's dead. So, to me, this is the cleanest, it's the cleanest thing they could do. They had their victim who works for them, or, their perpetrator who works for them, who blew up the building, who isn't saying otherwise. He's not saying, I didn't do it. He's not saying, I was tricked into doing it. He's not saying any of that. He's saying, yeah, I did it because I hate America. Blah. And then boom, they execute him, and now they've got their agent back out doing whatever they want. And look what he did. He covered up the Pulse nightclub shooting, which I bet was fake too. Or, at least done by the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Instigation, because this is what they do. They instigate new forms of domestic terror to keep everyone in fear forever and to get their policies of whatever, Peter Thiel tech surveillance they want to do to us next, But yeah, it's just it's an in-house, it's just a FBI in-house production. They set up the disaster, they have the perpetrators, they do the judge, jury, executioner, and then when all that's wrapped up, they've got their special agent here to clean up the scene at the next place, And honestly, I think they do it to fuck with us too, so that dude, how crazy is it to be like, this FBI agent, I think he might be Timothy McVeigh, the guy who did the Oklahoma City bombing. It's like built-in, discrediting of people, It's smart. It's honestly very smart. It's all in-house. It's all buttoned up. And I will never ever forget this. Timothy said this in his 60 Minutes interview. Hold on, let me go find it. He said something like, maybe everything you've heard about me isn't true. Maybe one day you'll understand the truth.
Maybe one of the benefits of me talking to you today is that you'll see that maybe not everything is true that you've heard about me.
For example, what's not true?
Well, am I pure evil? Am I the face of terror sitting here in front of you? Or am I able to talk to you man to man?
Most people in this country think you are the face of evil, don't they?
They do. But sitting down here now, and let me make clear, I'm not sitting here trying to influence you. And I'm not putting on a game face. I'm not conning anybody. I'm just being me. And maybe people will listen.
And don't even fucking play with me and try and pretend like this ain't the same person. Listen to this guy.
That's true. The Murrah building in Oklahoma City was attacked in, I believe it was 95. The downside to that was you had civilian casualties. The target was political, but you had children that were going to a daycare center that were hit. And if they were to attack, or someone were to attack federal law enforcement, you don't want to have that type of civilian casualty. So the goal...
Yeah, someone like Paul. The goal of the bombing was what, Paul? How did you get into the head of the Oklahoma City bomber? How do you know the goal of the bombing?
Was to move the Bureau, the FBI offices to a more secure facility where we're isolated. So if you were to drive up, we can have barriers in place that would prevent the building from being damaged.
Did you hear that? The special agent of the FBI of Tampa, Florida, literally just said that the goal of the Oklahoma City bombing was to get them in a more secure location. So anyway, that's what I heard out of it. This dude is a literal fucking special agent of the FBI. Yeah, they did it. It's clean. Look, now he's got a new life. They literally burned his old life, metaphorically, with a lethal injection. And now he's clean to go off and do whatever. And I'm not kidding. He was executed 3 months to the day before 9/11. And then Paul Wysopal was all brought into the CIA in 2001 or 2002 or something. The circumstances are so fucking hilarious. It's crazy. And dude, look at how much fun Timothy always had in prison with the FBI agents. He's being interrogated right here and he's goofballing. He's just goofballing. There's so many photos of him having fun with special agents in prison. There's that photo of him goofballing with a couple special agents. Look, here's another one. Look, he seems pretty stoked in that. He's always having fun while he's locked up, bro. Right there. Look, he's having fun in jail. He just loves having fun. Anyway. So yeah, Timothy McVeigh was arrested and he was protected. He was just being an actor. He had to do his couple years of acting from prison, which I'm sure he wasn't there fully. And then they executed him and then he got to go do 9/11. R.I.P. Timothy. We fucking love you, buddy. The guy was outside of Waco. What are the chances he was at Waco, the Oklahoma City bombing? Come on, man. And then the Pulse nightclub shooting with Rick Scott. He's also in this picture. He looks just like him. Look, it's two ugly Skeletors looking at each other in the mirror. That's Rick Scott. He did the biggest Medicare fraud, I think, in U.S. history in Florida. Anyway, gotta go. Gotta go to yoga. Sorry for doing another 8-minute video, but I love Paul Wysopal way too much to shorten it. Okay, love you, bye!